to show my people. Believe our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obey. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so it no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself, this is to show my people. Believe our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obey. And all the things that will happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself, this is to show my people. Believe our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obey. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so it no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself, this is to show my people. Believe our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build.
Good morning, Belize. Welcome to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's Tuesday morning, the 3rd of February 2026. I'm Mose, Hyde, and a warm welcome to you. I'm hosting today, and as always, this is about getting you here and then getting you on air. We're ambitious. First, you have to be here. So we're glad that that is a box that is ticked. You've arrived via Creme Radio, if you're listening, via XTV, if you're watching, or of course you've got our apps on your devices, or it is you've got us via our social media streams, Facebook, YouTube, and then of course we've got simulcast coverage capacity. So you got many ways to reach here, but the fact you're there is the best part. We hope that this morning you have great health. Hope you're warm, dry. It's kind of a little damp, a little chilly. Again, this morning, we've got to, of course, hope that your energy level is high, your vibration is positive, and that your morning is big enough and flexible enough that you will be able to give us one e space, and you'll be able to take your space when we open up the lines for conversation. But right now, we got to leave warm-ups for though. And that includes, as always, a bit of morning news. But before we do that, we find out about the weather. Yeah, where they going with the weather? And for that, we have to go to the weather experts at the National Meteorological Service. And forecaster Derek Woodon starts us off.
Good morning. Light rain affected the sea and some parts of the coast last night. A cool and somewhat moist airflow will continue prevailing and will support a few light showers over some areas today and tonight. The 24-hour forecast is for sunny skies with cloudy spells today and cloudy skies at times tonight. A few showers or light rain will affect some coastal areas this morning and again late tonight. Elsewhere, showers will be isolated. Winds over the open sea will be from the east to northeast at 10 to 15 knots, and the seas will be choppy to moderate. High temperatures today will be around 76 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 79 inland, but only 70 degrees up in the mountains. The outlook for Wednesday and Wednesday night is for partly cloudy and mild conditions with only isolated showers. There was a low tide at 5:27 this morning, and the high comes up at 11:20 also this morning. Another low is at 5:07 this evening, and another high is at 11:15 tonight. Sunrise this morning is at 6:24, sunset this evening is at 5:49. The moon will set at 7:40 this morning and rise again at 7:43 tonight. Finally, minimum temperatures last night were in the low to mid-60s along the coast, the low 50s inland, with Libertad showing 49 degrees Fahrenheit and Galanjog reporting 47. With that, we end this report from the Belize Weather Bureau.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989. Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
In our morning news, the Public Utilities Commission has conducted a comprehensive review of the telecommunications market in Belize and has released a preliminary 58-page document on its initial findings. The PUC explains that the review is intended to safeguard consumers and other users of telecommunication services by identifying where competitive limitations may be scarce to prevent risks such as excessive pricing, reduced service quality, limited choices, and unfair treatment. The assessment found both retail and wholesale markets, with the former looking at services supplied to end users, including fixed, mobile, and bundles, while the latter focused on services and facilities to other licensees. The PUC concludes that BTL appears to enjoy significant market power across all 11 market areas assessed across the entire telecommunications value chain, beginning with retail services through the wholesale, interconnection, and international connectivity. In the case of retail mobile subscribers, BTL dominates 65% of the market with 321,659 subscribers, while SpeedNet only controls 35% with 171,331 subscribers. When it comes to the retail fixed broadband internet market, the PUC has found that BTL's broader and more integrated service portfolio and its capacity for nationwide bundle offering compared to SpeedNet and other cable-based operators allows it significant market power. Under Section 42 of the Act, the PUC may determine that a service provider is dominant. If the PUC makes a final determination that a service provider is dominant, it can impose obligations, restrictions, requirements, or prohibitions to address competition concerns. Notably, Section 42, subsection 4 also states that a licensee shall not enter into or give effect to any agreement, arrangement, or understanding which can significantly lessen competition. The PUC is inviting comments to its findings. The deadline for submissions is March 2nd at 4 a.m. Potential remedies listed include retail price regulation, service quality obligations, and others. Comments should be written to info@puc.bz with the subject comments initial determination on market dominance. On Monday, when the media got a hold of him at the conclusion of the joint sitting of Parliament, Cabinet Minister Julius Espat expressed surprise at his party's Northern Caucus public statement supporting this smart buyout. In a significant development, he declared that if the Western Caucus moves to issue a position, his division of Kaya South will not be present.
I was surprised of that release that came out. I saw it this morning. Why? Because in Cabinet it was decided that there would be no political interference. So I am not in agreement with that, and if the Western Caucus decide it will be with Kaya South, not there. Because we made an agreement that the political interference would not be a part of the decision making, and that I am totally disappointed with.
Do you think it compromises the ongoing deliberation, the independence of it?
Well, that's the reason why Cabinet decided to stay away from it. And so, yes, it does. Consultation is never enough. I think there's a misconception that you have these privately, publicly owned companies and they believe that they don't have to consult with the Belizean people. That I have a serious problem with. You either own it or you don't own it. And we own it. So if we own it, then you have to come to us to ask our opinion, including with the media. The media is extremely important in this. The concern that the media has if you have a monopoly and it can affect them in the future is something that has to be addressed. And it has to be put in place before an agreement is done. It's just my point of view. And that we need competition, well, from the day I was born, that is what I believe in having competition. And the reason that you have two telecom companies is because the concept of competition was there from the beginning. Everybody in the business community would love a monopoly, but that doesn't mean that it is in the best interest of the consumers.
Do you believe that seeing all the backlash and the opposition to this acquisition, that Cabinet would tell the Prime Minister, and by that I mean all the other members of Cabinet, you know what, this is political suicide, let's not go through with it?
You should be in Cabinet one of these days, and then I would ask you. It's a difficult position to be put in. It's not easy for anybody. We have our opinions in Cabinet that we share with the Prime Minister quite frankly, and those are Cabinet discussions and decisions under our laws that we should not be speaking publicly out here about what we say inside Cabinet. But there is opposition to the concept, and BTL feels strongly that it is a good thing. So I think more consultation is required so that people are convinced either way. But just like this beautiful building that we see here, the design of it, not in its infrastructure, but the concept is to ventilate issues so that people can be aware. I think that's important. If you have a concern, then let's have more consultation. Let's sit with the people and convince them. When you get a presentation like the one we got, it's very positive. You look at all the positive aspects of it. But then you walk outside and you hear the noise and you say, but why are people clamoring if the concept is so good? Well, let's look at the other side. Let's listen to the other side. And that way people can be convinced. Politically, either way, we could come out of this in a positive way, or we could come out of this in a negative way. It is how you convince people. A politician wins by how does a politician win? By putting in the work and convincing people that his leadership and his ideas are positive, and therefore people will gain traction with that concept and come with you. But if the politician does not do that, then the opposite happens. And so we face that possibility.
Unlike three other ministers, including the Prime Minister, Espat directly labeled the deal as creating a monopoly.
Will we be creating a monopoly?
Locally, yes. You can't run away from that concept. You're arguing two separate things. On the international level, you won't have a monopoly. But at a local level, you do. And you see, people have a concern. The media says, I am concerned because if you have government-dominated telecommunications, they can put a target on my shoulder and I won't be able to function. More or less, I understood that you guys were saying. That's a valid point. So we have to listen to that. And if it is done, then legislation has to be put in to ensure that that does not happen. The consumers are concerned and say, in the past, if BTL may give me a bad service, but the price may kind of alright, I will consider for go to the guy who give me a better service, but it's a bit more expensive or less expensive. You have the option. With what is happening, you won't have an option. And I believe that options are always positive. But it's just a personal opinion. It's how I look at things. Everybody has a different point of view, and that's why consultation is enough. If you speak to anybody from BTL, they are gung-ho and convinced that it's the best thing ever happened ever. Things toast bread. If you speak to people outside, they are worried. But everything in life that comes with change, people are worried. That's human nature. And it's good to ask questions. It's not like we are in a dictatorship and they tell you, buy this, away and do, girl this, away and do, and then we step up and salute. No, we ask questions. Why is the change necessary? Why is it better for me? Why is it worse for me? And I think that's where we've lacked. And I think that's where BTL has to put in a little bit more effort, and instead of just having closed door consultation, opening it up. And if there is protests, well, listen to them and then make a decision. And I think we're being forced to go in that direction, which is not a bad thing. It shows that democracy still flourishes in this country.
The National Trade Union Congress of Belize, NTUCB, has issued another statement reiterating its staunch opposition to BTL's push to acquire SpeedNet Smart, calling it hasty and ill-advised. However, this time the NTUCB is taking aim at the Social Security Board, which has a 34.2% stake in BTL. The Congress says the SSB silence is unacceptable and concerning, and it calls for the board to immediately take a public and principled stand to oppose the acquisition until due diligence is completed. The Congress vote, egregious and obvious disregard for the will and sentiments of the workers and their contributions to the fund by the Social Security Board will not be permitted. The NTUCB insists the proposal is without the transparency and accountability any investment merits. The NTUCB intends to protest in front of the SSB office in Belize City Wednesday morning, beginning at 9, while the board meets to take a decision on the proposed BTL buyout. The United Democratic Party applied for a permit to protest the proposed SpeedNet buyout outside of the National Assembly on Monday during the visit of the President of Guyana. However, they did not receive the permit. The Compol explained the application was not properly filled out by the leader of the opposition. Honorable Tracy Panton called it a denial on a technicality and says they will protest Wednesday in front of the SSB office in Belize City.
I was briefed. An application was received to protest on Friday afternoon. The application did not state the date. The commanding officer then informed the person who brought the application that a date need to be stated. That individual then said that he will consult with his party hierarchy. He then subsequently submitted an application for Wednesday. That application, the approval was given.
We had hoped to protest today. The permit was denied, even though the Prime Minister speaks very boldly about the rights of citizens should be preserved and we have the right to protest. Obviously, he would have preferred the protest not to happen today. They used a technicality in the law to deny us the permit, but that will not keep us quiet. We will be sure that our voices are heard at every occasion that we have. And there is a permit for Wednesday. We are calling on all Belizeans to join us on Wednesday at 10 o'clock as we meet outside the Social Security Board. The board is meeting at 11, we understand. And of course, we look forward to having the support and inclusion of our union partners and all members of civil society.
That ends the morning news update inside the WUB. We take a small break, and then when we come back on the other side, that's when the action begins. Conversation time right here inside the WUB on Creme Radio and on XTV.
Informative, accurate, current information. Crem's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Maras me, my data that I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart Group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Morning vibes. Tuesday morning, 3rd February 2026. Mose Hyde. We've completed the warm-up section of the show. And that means that we could get down to business. Get down to business conversation. And the only way we can have a conversation is you have more than one. So let it be known that you must now take your rightful place on the other end of this line. 280-5848. That is the live line for you to participate in the conversation. And as we say very often, no here for preach, no here for give sermons. Creme, good morning, WUB.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Corey.
Okay. Sorry. What did I hear correctly? Well, first of all, what exactly is the PUC proposing in their 15-page document, Mose?
I have not read it. I've only read various commentaries on what they're saying, so I can't speak to everything they're saying, but I guess the take-home message is that they're inviting public comments until March 2nd. They say that they have done an analysis of the telecommunication landscape and that they find, I guess, that BTL is a dominant entity in the market, and I don't know if that relates to specifically to the legislation using that term. I imagine so, and that there are things that they can put in place. Since you have a dominant player, there are things they have to put in place to protect the interests of the consumers and to protect the interests of the telecommunication.
At the same time.
Yeah.
And so now you have to write in the comments. So if all the people protesting don't waste time on writing in their comments, are they then going to make a decision on the basis of the amount of comments that are written comments that are received, and then say, well, other people didn't let us know what they thought, even though there has been a hullabaloo in the public marketplace? Is that what?
I think what it amounts to, and again, I want to just be very, very clear. I have not read. I think our news is saying it's a 50-odd page document. I have not read it, but what I have heard about what has been reported on it so far, I think it sounds very much like a marinade for authorizing the acquisition. I think they're marinating the public to say, okay, well, we did this, we did that, and we have
And knowing that people are not going to waste time to sit down and write comments when you have the outcry in the street. That's number one. The next thing is, did I hear Mr. Esmat correctly say that the competition internationally, it's not a monopoly. Internally, it would be a monopoly. Is that what did I hear rightly?
My understanding was that he was saying that it won't be a monopoly, that it will be a monopoly here in Belize.
But not outside.
Yeah.
But that's just the problem, Mose. We are dealing with an let's move away a bit from this telephone thing. I don't know how long you have been using word processors, right? So now at this moment, the only word processor you can find is Microsoft Word. But that is not the best word processor. But it is the word processor that came to dominate the market.
You wouldn't consider you wouldn't consider Acrobat a word processor?
What?
You wouldn't consider Adobe Acrobat to be
No. Word Acrobat doesn't do PDF is not word processing. Word processing is the program that functions like a typewriter, where you would type in documents similar to sitting down to a typewriter to type out a document and so on. That's what has traditionally been the understanding of a word processor. So before you had Microsoft Word, there were better word processors on the market, Mose. There was a word processor called Word Perfect. Excellent. Far superior to Microsoft Word. There was another word. I'm speaking now in the English speaking countries that produced these software. There was another word processor out of Great Britain, again an English speaking market. I think it was called WordStar. Excellent. But they did not survive because one of the problems when you have a huge market and a copying and a copycat population, you don't have much evaluation for quality and value. You're going to have a herd stampede for what seems to be sexy and novel and everything. That's part of the problem. So you end up now with a monopoly by Microsoft Word in that area. And of course, as more people buy a product, so more money comes to the producer of that product. And that person, if he's a wise and careful money manager, is going to deploy that money in order to expand and control more of the marketplace. Until one day, he's controlling the only player in the marketplace. Which is why the United States has, not presently, but traditionally, worked out that they had to have antitrust laws and all of that, which we don't have. But at this moment in the technical field, the digital technical field, for example, virtually every one of the big players is supplying service of some kind to the military in the United States, of some kind, and in some other countries too. So now when you have an industry that everybody is a supplier to one of the most important power brokers, the military, if not the most important power broker, then when they manage to rope you into their user base, and you do something that the military decides they are not happy with, and they let that service provider know, listen, we don't like that crowd over there, they're doing this and that and X to us. There's not going to be a hesitation to stop the rendering of services to you. But you don't see that when you look at the international environment. You don't see that up front. You don't see Palantir rendering services to the military. You don't see Google rendering services to the military. You don't see any of that. Occasionally, you're going to hear about it in the news when some employee or something of that nature begins a set of people begin a rebellion. But you don't see it on immediate looking, because the military is a very secretive undertaking, so you hardly know what is happening there unless you have an interest in that area and follow it. Would you agree with me on those points, that point I've made about that kind of dominance, market dominance, both that is extremely monopolistic?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what happens at least in America with the antitrust laws is that you will have a company become large enough that it can identify a potential startup that might have a unique little technology going on and are gaining traction, gaining momentum. They will simply go and buy up that company, like what Facebook did with WhatsApp, what it did with Instagram. So it identified them as, okay, those are threats, and it goes and it gobbles them up because it understands, right? But then there is a watchdog that is looking at that. So, for example, Google ran into problems with its search because it's viewed as being antitrust. So that's an issue. So yeah, that's what happens over there, no?
This is it, and we just look and we think, oh, they are good because they are American and they are white and they are more educated. They are none of those things. As a matter of fact, it's at this history, the most especially when you're as uninformed, as unsophisticated as we are. We would like to think we are sophisticated. We would like to think we are cosmopolitan, but we are none of those things. None of those things in that fair market. So if you produce a monopoly in Belize and you consolidate everybody under one umbrella, then isn't it easier to market this monopoly in that external market out there? Would it become more attractive to them?
Well, that's what happened. That's what happened in the late 90s and 2000s. That's why BTL was ended up being privatized. Its primary the most attractive part of BTL at the time was the fact that it was a monopoly. It's why the utilities. It's why the utilities. It's why the utilities were bought by foreign investors. They love a good monopoly situation.
Exactly. And you see, at this moment in history, would you agree we're in a new colonization era? Would you agree with that statement, Mose, or would you consider it conspiratorial?
To say we're in a new colonization era? It remains a colonization era. I think there's a removal of any diplomatic pretense to it. It's maybe even it's a more aggressive version of it in that regard, I guess. But I don't know what specifically you're identifying as being the new elements of it. I just think it's intensified. It's become less concerned about PR and all of that and cosmetics and
Well, in terms of human history, it's just a new phase. Because don't fool yourself. European colonization was aimed to be as efficient as it has been, as it was, because of the preceding colonization practiced by all of humanity. I've heard people say the Chinese never had an empire. Oh, they never had an empire? Are you aware that Taiwan was once an independent little island that had nothing to do with China, and that China began to colonize Taiwan about maybe around 500?
Had a native population that was not Chinese.
Exactly. So, Russia, how do you think they ended up with the huge empire that the Tsars ruled, and that later on the Russian Communist Party would rule, all from imperial expansion, but they didn't expand across the sea. They expanded right around them, terrorized the people around them, including Ukraine, and hauled them into their control. No different than the Romans, no different than the Greeks, no different than Shaka, king of the Zulus, no different than the Inca Empire, no different than the Mayan Empire. These people, Aztec Empire, they have humans have all done the same thing. But at this moment now, we are in a new attempt at an old activity. And this time, study India religions. The Britishers arrived in India with an army to start with. No. How did they go in? You know how they went in, Mose? In India?
With trade, no?
Trade, East India Company. They established a company specifically to do business with India. When the British wanted to take over China and conquer China through opium, they established a bank, the Bank of Shanghai, for the opium trade. So these people don't party. And right now, the same way the business model was used to colonize India, it's being used again. So we are going to get into bed we are jumping into bed. We are like babies getting into bed with old, doddering old men who know how to manage all the baby them. That's what we're doing. And it's astonishing that our leadership, and Mose, yesterday I'll end with this. I mentioned an encyclical written 1891, over 100 years ago, actually about 135 years ago, by one of the Roman popes, Roman pontiffs, dealing with capital and labor. Why? Because by that time, the sufferation that the Industrial Revolution had let loose across the planet was just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. That the church felt obliged to speak up on behalf of labor and to lay the ground rules for a separation between labor and capital. Arguing for the establishment of unions, labor unions, arguing for the establishment of just wages, arguing, I advise our political leadership, go to that realm now, because a lot of you are Roman Catholics. You go and study, not that you're not going to be propagating Roman Catholicism, because that's not written for a Roman Catholic belief. It's written for proper human behavior because of the mess, the horrors that industrialization had caused. And imagine, Mose, this is the one that is mind-boggling. The government is the majority shareholder in BTL. This is a government majority company, you know, and this company has sought to defraud its employees of their proper legal compensation upon, I don't know what word to use because each word has a legal meaning, but I'm going to say when their employment ended. Now we learned something, Mose. Isn't that fascinating? That in this country, the retirement age on the law is 60. So if you retire before, that's forced retirement. If you are made to retire before, that's forced retirement. So then are all the government employees being forced retirement because they retired at 65?
If the CCJ has ruled that, then that is what it is.
The CCJ has ruled what?
In the CCJ's ruling, it has identified that having a retirement imposed on you at 55 is a termination.
Yes.
That's what the CCJ ruling has said. So it means
when you don't know the minute detail, the history of a people. And the solutions are written into the minute details of that society. Look at what all has come out. Here now, we have this company with a big debt. The very government that is elected to produce a just, fair, and stable society. And doing to those employees what move away from the government ability. Let's look at when you have these financial collapses like I think it was 2008 was the last one. Who suffers the most? Who has suffered the most in the Argentinian economic mess? Pensioners. It's their monies that get, because you know why? It's what one of the popes, because starting with Leo the 13th, there have been a series of extremely provocative writings by the Roman pontiffs. And one of them deals primarily with the culture of death. And he argues that there's a culture of death that is operating on the planet. And it is true. And of course, because he is a Roman Catholic pontiff, he starts at the womb. That we kill the baby in the womb. And when you think of it, we kill the baby in the womb, and then we kill the people just at the time at their old age because they have become a burden to society. But we don't kill them by herding them into a gas chamber like the Germans did and then let loose. We kill them by taking away their monies, their finances. You know how many people, pensioners, suffered in 2008 in the Argentinian financial mess? Because their pensions disappeared. Now, this is at the end of their lives when they have their working years. They don't have any means of recovering, and the monies that they invested and assured, they no longer have that. So they can't meet health costs, nutrition costs, housing costs, no kind of cost. They can't meet it. and so they wither away and die. And then as though that were not bad enough, some societies are passing laws on assisted suicide. I heard a sad interview was on the Canadian law. I don't remember which media house it was on, but it was on the Canadian suicide assisted law. And this young man, he wasn't an old man. That boy sounded to me like he might have been in his 40s or this. But he said he is tired. He's tired of the struggle to live. He wants to die. And he's prepared to go through assisted suicide because it will ease him of all the worries of money and survival. He said that on international media. He said that. So don't fool yourselves. When you take away the money of the pensioners and people who have come to the end. Now, I personally have always said there should be a review of the retirement age in order to allow a society to be able to breathe and have breathing space for the young. So I'm not in favor of 55 and the Europeans have upped it. I think they are upping it 68 or something. And it's to meet their financial crisis. However, this problem of seizing the assets of people, retired assets, that is a common phenomenon. And that's what that sounds like happened there at BTL. And no less than the government of Belize, which passed the law and supposed to be supervising proper and good behavior in the capital and labor market, is the majority shareholder. Don't you find that deeply worrying, Mose?
Did you? They said that the company spent in legal fees, was it $13 or $23 million? Because I was stunned by the amount. My mind says 13. Like there were some numbers shared yesterday. I would have to go back to that tape. But they said that the company in legal fees definitely no less than 30 million. My memory says 13 or 23. I don't know for a fact.
Wait a minute, Mose. Am I hearing you correct? That 13 million in legal fees?
Yes, that's what they told us yesterday morning.
That's Belizean.
So it could.
When the team us up together as a single company, we will end up paying more for them to meet the cost of all that wrongdoing. Can't you see that? We will end up being our pockets for them have no end. Their hands, Mose, when that Hurricane Iris had hit the southern area, Placentia and stuff. You remember that little hurricane that was like a bullet, but it came
Iris.
After the hurricane passed over, in some press item, I learned that either all the assets or most of the assets or some of the assets were not insured. And I thought, this is before the raise would come in the cost of telephoning. I thought, but man, you are running a company of that nature and you didn't secure insurance for your assets. Well, down the road in 2001, what do we have? Increase in telephone costs. I was going to pay $176 without making a single call. And let me tell you, I don't forget that number at all. At all. I remain as upset today, 20 odd years ago, as I was then. I don't give up on my upset. Because, and when I wrote my letter, public and printed in the media in the East, I pointed out that one of the things we are being asked to cover is the cost of that, the loss of assets because they weren't insured. You see, so 13 million on legal fees to argue a wrong point, and now you're not even going to comply with the ruling of the court, which then means those people have a right to go back to the court to ask them to please get you to comply, which will be another cost. Don't you see that more?
That's what they said yesterday.
Oh, they said that?
They said they said so what the company's position is that they're willing to spend even more money on legal fees.
Can you imagine that? Something is wrong, man. Seriously wrong. Why? Because you want to create a society in your image, the image you want. And you're prepared to do anything to create that image. And that image, at the center of that image, is a monopolistic economic order. That's what you want. And you're prepared to spend and have us all strangled in order to get that. Anyway, Mose, I thought I would call in and share this thing. It's really worrisome. That.
Thank you very much. This is WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's 23 minutes after 7 o'clock. We invite you to join in the conversation. The telephone number is 280-5848. That's the direct line. And, you know, the PUC inviting comments, as if though you don't have a lot of very important, very relevant entities and voices that have gone on the record, have put out statements. So let me just kind of help the PUC. Maybe the work that they do is so tedious that they become a bit tunnel vision and they're not hearing everything that's going on. They're not seeing any of it. You know, they have been engaged by BTL and they get really busy. And maybe they are not the type that bothers with checking the news. It's possible. So maybe the PUC needs to be told, do you know that the leading the number one association of businesses in the country, the Chamber of Commerce, has gone on the record to say, we don't have enough information here. PUC, do you know, or maybe you don't, so let me just tell you, we have one of the biggest association of churches, evangelical churches, representing a flock of thousands, has put out a release, PUC, and they have said no. Their no was without chaser. Their no was categorical. Their no was not okay, due diligence. No, their no, that all caps, PUC. So having a platform for comments, that's necessary. But PUC, have you just, like I said, maybe you've been consumed with work. And I'm not being facetious. I understand. Sometimes I get so caught up in a mission and an initiative that I kind of, for a couple of days, might miss certain things. So maybe the work of this, a technical work, and it's a 58-page document. I'm sure it wasn't done by ChatGPT. So you were doing hard work. But while you were doing the hard work, PUC, and I'm speaking to PUC leadership, management, chair, board. So we have the chamber, PUC. They're on the record. Like you don't tell me about your platform. You can. I think you are obligated to say, the chamber, PUC. PUC, the National Evangelical Association of Belize, like I said earlier, they said, not there with it. No, we out. We not there with it. We out. Like they don't even make room for due diligence. They're hardcore. The hardest core right there. Do you know, PUC, that 4 independent senators, the senator representing business, the senator representing labor, the senator representing NGOs, the senator representing the churches, all 4 said, stop. We not got nothing for, provide with what is required to go along with this. PUC, do you know that the National Trade Union Congress of Belize presents all the conglomerate of all the trade unions in the country, have met, have listened to our presentation from the BTL board and chair. So they're not just basing they had a debate. The report is that they had a debate and they voted. And they are saying, no, hold up on that. Hold up on that. Do you see, is this not relevant to the work that you're doing? Does the PUC act with any kind of proactive energy to say, listen, we have to engage and get direct consultation with these entities? Like, they are on the record, PUC. It's available. You just need to, Google it or check the news, or you could check with these organizations to get a copy of their releases. They have put things on the record, PUC. Yes. So when you're there talking about a dominance and your analysis of, creating, establishing that one company is dominant and things you're going to do to retrofit the legislation so as to make sure that everything is going to be good. But you see, you should lift your head up and check around. There is a groundswell of opposition to this. Like, this matters, right, PUC? Like you saying, well, I'm gonna create my platform, but PUC, like, that's kind of like, that should have been done. That should have been done, my friends, a half year ago or more. That should have been done. Krem, good morning, WB.
Yeah, my name was.
Good morning, sir.
I want to tell the city council, when they come, guys, strictly outside and deal with it. When they put their stone, put the roll over it, brother. All the street there where they pull up, you appreciate that. They want you appreciate it. But they just grab the stone, then they twist up your foot, the vehicle, bend up your tire. Motherfucker, my wife, when I do something, when I do it good, and I have to roll right there, then I have to pay for it. All the street there, so my brother, they just put their stone on the street. The grader, the boy, then spread it. The young man, then spread it. They need to make the roller and roll over them stone, brother. Last night, I saw paper, brother, out of my vehicle, and twist the put it on for the same stone there, where they just grade and left on the side. Raccoon Street, Iguana Street, all that street they were there full up. All Saka G, so you saw where they full up, brother. All when they do that great every time they do the same foolishness, man.
No.
Anybody could tell you, they have a whole lot of say council, brother. Roll the chick on and roll it. Right, that's up on the canal side by now, take again. They create the whole and all the stone and left the brother. They make people hurt themselves. On the vehicle, my brother, anybody could tell you the vehicle and try to start like to them and see. And then have all right after the council.
Got it, brother. Point. Yes, man. Great. Roll the stones. Yeah. 7:32. We're break. We got to go to 2 Cents Calm. We'll take our first break of the morning. This is the Tuesday morning edition of WB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes.
watching WB, and this is XTV. And big respect to our sponsors, 4 Point Security. And guys, lately, for the past 2 days, the weather is not normal. But make I find out the people in 2 cents, how did they enjoy this cool weather? Alright? Let's go.
So we could really enjoy when it warm. So we could appreciate a country that has subtropical climate.
How are you
we
from?
Are blessed. I'm from Santa Elena, San Ignacio.
So you feel it double?
I feel it on the double.
All right.
So I have to go on double blanket, Papa. The one blanket no can't make it at all.
That you're to say.
That am I to say.
To say question, you call?
I call you.
And that's the reason 2 cents. How do you feel about this weather? Yeah. How do weather treat you?
Weather nice.
And how do weather treat you?
Like when the Chinaman say come for a plane, loving it.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, texts, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio. 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of appliances
appliances that just don't last, appliances that just can't keep up, it's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality, choose reliability, choose GE.
Festival come to this very nation.
In Isaiah 30:29 it says, and you will sing as on the night you celebrate a holy festival, and your heart will rejoice. The body of Christ will unite, and many hearts will rejoice on the Saturday, March 7, 2026 at the Belize Civic Center, beginning at 6 p.m. as a Heavenly's Productions brings to you Jesus Festival.
Yeah, Jesus.
Featuring the hottest gospel artist coming out of the Bahamas, Sherwin Gardner.
So I say, with all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, oh Jah. Tell them that the praise never stops. All I want to do is give you the highest praise.
Also showcasing one of the biggest gospel artists from out of Trinidad and Tobago, Positive, dropping his hit tunes.
Rolling in my two-man army, my Jesus and I wanna sing out some sweet gospel reggae. Listen after blessing and nothing can hold it back.
And then it's the return of the biggest gospel band in Belize, Heavenly.
I'm gonna be heavenly's for life, serving Jesus Christ.
And all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, USA, the daughter of the world-famous televangelist Creflo Dollar, none other than Jordan Dollar, with her hit song. Also highlighting Genesis 501 from Capital City, Pemberton. Blind Sight, Genesis Gospel Band from Sugar City, Orange Walk. Reality Youth, Pastor Herman Blees and the Kings Park Prince team. Pastor Frederick Gordon and Garin Carballo and his GCO group. Remember, Jesus Festival.
Jesus Festival, yeah, Jesus. Rocking on the world, I said Jesus.
Taking place Saturday, March 7, Belize Civic Center from 6 p.m. until. Bring out the entire family for a time of praising God and witnessing souls being saved and lives being recommitted to God. For tickets, call 615-4766. That's 615-4766. Sponsors: Angela's Press, Racina's Imports, Cellular World, Love FM, More FM, Quem Radio, Vibes Radio, Plus TV, Channel 7, Channel 5, and Wave Radio. Come on out and be blessed.
Jesus Festival, yeah, Jesus.
Emotions I'm feeling at the moment are very hard to explain. I am happy, I want to cry, but something I can say that's mine now. So I'm very, very happy, and I'm grateful to the government, MIDH, for this opportunity. So thank you so much.
It's going to be something that changes dramatically Michelle's life and those of her children, and I'm very happy that as a government we were able to provide this big step. Having a secure roof over your head gives you stability, gives children and parents a chance to focus on other things like education and health.
My daughter, she's very happy. She's finally to be able to say this is my house as well, and my kids are happy, so I'm glad I have something for them. I believe it's a good project for people that can't afford a house, so I believe they should continue for people and give them the opportunities like they're giving me as well.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
All right, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde in the house, and we are open for the business of conversation. Not just open for it, but that's how we roll, conversation style. The number is 280-5848. We encourage you to jump in and to express your thoughts. And before we went to break, or actually before we got a call, where brother was making the point that if you throw stones on the street, City Council needs to roll them. I was talking about, calling out PUC. Again, I put the disclaimer that I have not read the entire document that they have put out. I guess since we've been saying, hey, where is PUC? It's good that we know that they're alive and they're ticking and they're working, and that they're very involved, and that they have done enough to be able to say, listen, we have done an analysis of what the telecommunication landscape looks like, and BTL is the boss insofar as market share and all of that, and the kind of services and what have you, which is kind of, we have to pause on that and really think about what that means, because it's kind of like a reality that goes against the grain of how we've been kind of, how things have been put to us. So it means that at this point in time, as we are speaking, when PUC has done its official independent examination, but I have a call. Krem, good morning.
Greetings, brother Mose.
Oh, it's been a while, my brother. How are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I'm doing well. I pray you're doing good too.
I'm okay, man.
I didn't call, but I still listen. I'm a loyal listener to the Mandingo. I call it the Mandingo, the voices of the oppressed, the voices of the Afro.
All right,
most people don't want to listen to us, So,
all right, brother.
But you are the leader in that.
Give thanks.
I wanted to say just quickly that when it comes to the monopoly and the BTL thing, it's not only BTL. Unfortunately, if you go to the reality, Belize is a country where a lot of things are monopolized. You have different companies. You have like, for instance, I give an example the other day. When you walk downtown, when you walk Queen Street, you don't walk Orange Street, you don't walk. When you walk Albert Street, like 90% of the business is monopolized. Yeah.
One people, nobody else, they make $1 off of it, whatever they sell for Albert Street, specially. Only one set of people. So that's his monopoly because you don't have no choice. When Belize have a holiday, you don't have no choice but to go to a one type of people restaurant because nobody else open, only they open. Yeah. So that's his monopoly, and that Hyde against 100% wherever I travel worldwide. Because I notice, again, but Belize is like that. When you go to across the borders, people are out there, people are no care where holiday, they out, no care what time, what night, day, anytime. People are always out there. They don't care if this one close and that one close. Because people will always be there. That's why I like people competition. You don't want just one people to sell everything or one bottling company, one supply for garments. No. You want different people to be able to. Okay, you know what? Tell me, I go to the next one. You know what? I go to the next one. That's all. So monopoly for me will never work. I always believe competition is the key. So that the poor man could budget. If you don't got competition and the poor man can't budget, you just have to, yes sir, whatever they want to tell you. And now I wrap up, Brother Mose, back in the days when I used to be a street vendor for Albert Street, there was a young lady used to come and she used to give me the Jehovah Witness little book, how they call it, awake, something like that. The Awake. But I remember she told me that her name was Hyde. All I could remember, she had like a little green eyes and braces on her teeth. Is that maybe bring a bell to you? Maybe that she was a relative of yours?
It sounds like my younger sister.
Yeah, she used to come and bring me the Jehovah Witness paper. It was very nice. He explained to me several things. It was a nice, but due to that I moved out to Albert Street and so I never get a chance. So another lady used to be my very good friend, and I will appreciate maybe if you forward my phone number to her. It's another one of your relatives, Gina Scott.
Okay.
He was my good friend many years, but I lose track after I lose my sight and so. So maybe if you forward my number, if you appreciate if you could do it, you know.
The great, the great musicologist Gina Scott.
Yeah. Kwame Scott's sister.
Yeah.
Okay, good brother. Keep it up. Respect.
Give thanks, Ramadan, in the house on this damp Tuesday morning on the chilly side. We invite your participation, just like our brother jumped in just now. The number is 280-5848. That is the live line for you to participate in the conversation. And so I was kind of just leaning on the PUC. We can't avoid that the conversation has been dominated by this acquisition. We started speaking about it mid-year last year once information got out to public view that this is something that was going on behind the scenes. But I have a call. Krem, good morning, WUB.
Good morning. Hey, Mose.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since
Lower your radio, lower your radio. Lower your...
I had a big problem over the Christmas holiday. Wrongly. I need to investigate this to me and get back to me because when I turn around like one top. And I'm trying to get nobody in a problem or trying to get no unnecessary attention to myself or not. I try everything that I could try and I'm not getting no help.
What are we talking about here, bro?
September, my November 25, then they fix the street. The brother just mentioned it. He go on the street, one of the street where they fix. In that process, the heavy equipment shake my house off of the foundation. I call everybody I could call. I call the mayor, the city. The guy was in charge of the city came and he checked the house and he told me get an estimate and they want to see what they could do. When I get the estimate and give them, they tell me that the guy, the construction company from Belmont Pond, in charge to do that, to fix it to fix my house. Fine, I went to them. They told me it's not them supposed to fix it. It's the city council in charge. I tell the brother, I said, man, I'm a big man. Tell me what you want to do or what I don't want to do. Because the house have a thing, and I definitely don't me shake it up. And the heavy equipment. The day I finished the street, I had just came in from selling my stuff, my dokuno, right? And they told me, man, the mayor was on the street. But here,
somebody bodies. Let me mention somebody bodies dokuno. Your dokuno that 5-star. So
yeah, thanks, right?
Yeah, but so you did call. You called.
The thing is, I talked to the guy from Belmopan, and he said they don't want to know about it.
Well, my brother, I am not I will call a layman, meaning that I am not a legal expert. But
I understand that. But the thing is, you know about investigating.
I think this is past investigative. I think if nobody say you're the lie, right? Nobody say this never happened. Nobody can say they never did on your street. Nobody can say they never made it work on your street, and nobody could deny your house drop. What you just say and they tell you is, yeah, I hear you. I'm sorry for you that happened, but we can help you. At that point, my brother, if that the position of the people in authority were involved with what take place, then you have to take up one legal fight against them. I don't see no other choice, because if you tell me nobody to tell you that you did make up one story, but then no got no time to deal with you with any kind of help for your situation, then you have to go legal upon them people. You have to make one. You have to go and get. I hope you have all the evidence. I hope you take photos. I hope you have all the date, the time, and you go and you present that to an attorney and say what we could do.
Yeah, I did that. I sent the photos them to the mayor.
Yeah,
and I sent them to the guy.
But you
so
say
both of them at the houses and the condition.
Yes, but you the Senate. When you need to go down there and say, hey, talk to me. At the very least, tell me how I should proceed and where the strength of my case. And operate at that level, because you have tried to get it solved based on reasoning and based on, people being fair. But when people don't want to be fair with you, then I have to advocate that you have to make it one legal battle. Then at that point in time, now all who involved will have to come contact. They will have to the day in court, and it's a long journey. It's not an overnight journey. Potentially, a judge will look at this brother as it is the style in 2026 and say, get in a mediation and figure out where could happen, rather than come there and waste the court time and that. This thing happened, the man guy photo, boom, boom, sit down and work that out. That's what they don't know with these things. But to get somebody attention when normal calls you, you're present, you show photos, and then they act like, so what? Then you have to upgrade your battle birds.
Yeah, all right, good.
That's what I say. I mean, wait. That's the channel where they left away, right? They don't want channel where a lot of people when they face a situation like this, the problem is not that they wouldn't get justice. The problem is that to get on the road to justice, you have got coins in your pocket, or you have got dollars in your pocket, right? That's the hurdle. The threshold for get justice is expensive, because you have to go and sit down with a lawyer. But if either you birds, I know you're not a rich man. I know you're a hard-working man. I know you're a day-to-day. You hustle, you grind, you sell, you do whatever else you do. But your house falling down now a setback, a significant setback, and you know you have to do the next thing now. Cause I can't tell you to go back. The last time you call, I tell you, yeah, maybe in a year you go, make sure that, you know, sometimes bigger heads not get information, blah, 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 blah. I think the last time you call, you put out your phone number because you honestly think, say, well, people will do the right thing here. Sometimes people feel like they could ignore you. Because a lot of times they ignore things and people just have to take their L even though it's not right and it's not just. They just have to, yeah, okay, well, you know, maybe call in, burn it out, whatever, but you don't get the remedy we want, which is you know, come and make a reason and find out where you want to give back to make my situation become how it is before you come broke down my thing. So that my advice, bro. I don't know if anybody else got better advice than that they could call in to, but that's my advice, bro.
Yeah, I understand that. One of the fear that I got that I don't know when the ceiling and drop, and that is the fear I got. And everybody drag their foot and drag their foot.
It no song like song to me. It no song like foot the drag. To me, it no song like no foot the drag. It's to me song like foot in a cement. So I say, yeah. Up the game, yeah. up the game, my brother. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, respect.
All right.
But they got some of the best to know, for real. It's a minute away from 8 o'clock. This is the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. We have a call. Krem, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Mose.
Good morning.
Good morning, Belize. Mose, I got one issue.
Yes, ma'am.
I have this issue long time about me. First of all, I want to ask you how to find my union. I think I'm answered this question already.
You work in a company,
Well, we are the small business owner on Mahogany Street. Me and you talk already.
Okay, that you're not really from a union, but you could form an association. You know, you could form an association, and then as an association, you could come together and be part of a bigger association. So you could say, all of we come together, this is our association, see if you could join the chamber or something like that. But you could come together and form on the thing.
Yeah, well, most, we have issues out there. Because, first of all, I had my business from July 2005. About 2-3 years ago, they serve me one letter. They serve everybody one letter. We own their own business out there. That then they come broke down for we business, and then they give we like 15 days to vacate the premises. Or else if they not vacate the premises, they want to broke down your building, and they just want to carry a building and dismantle it and do away with it where they want, right? So you had to decide whether you want to carry your building or you just let them make them block down your building and do what they want with their building and then give you what building what they want. Well, when we had our meeting before all of this with the mayor, one thing I want to say, big up to the mayor. He's always there for us, and I want to say thanks to him because he helped us through a lot. And he's very understanding with us. And also to Mr. Mala, I want to say thanks to him also because he helped us out greatly. But the mayor need to check his workers at the administration department because there are people in the pressure when they tell they make we sign a contract. Right? They say we may have a meeting and then may have finalized this meeting about the contract and whatever next stage we're going. They even said they may give all of one more building out there, one new building. We may have a choice to decide if we want the $1 a day building or the $2 a day building. Well, me never want none. Me no want to left my building right there. Me never want to broke down my building. But they insist that they had to broke down my building. Well, they never broke down everybody's building. Only certain of us. But some other people out there, they get new building we never had no business. So, in after their eyes, they come up. Hooray for them. Because they never had to pay nothing. But we, when we had to we business before, we lose our business and we have to pay now rent to city council. Which is some people say, oh, it sounds good. That sounds fine. That sounds reasonable. Yes, yeah, reasonable for people who never had no business before. We never made to pay nothing. But we, when we have to we business, we never had to pay nothing. Well, we made to pay a trade license, $150 a year. And we had to have permission from the mayor for the reserve. So I mean, a lot of things you have to go through, even though for me they out there. And you know most that we may fight with them people for me stay out there because I be yelling, I want to move it, take out the Hyde your power. And when I fight, I will stick it out, I will still let it up to now. No, city council give me one building where I am satisfied with. One small building. I applied for one of the big building and give me one small building. The building not suitable for me and my stuff. No, I want addition. They say you have to apply for the addition. They stop me for put on my addition when they don't broke down my shop where I never asked them to broke down and give me one of these small shop I never beg them for. When me never want. So people might say I'm ungrateful, but I work for my business. I have my business for over 18 years before they could broke down my business there. And I'm to borrow one loan to build my business. They never help me do nothing. Right? All of we out there, the small business owner, they struggle to try to make we business prosper. We the struggle. We don't have no big money. We the poor black people for in the back of Martins, the back of the ghetto. Some of we might get it we better some. Right? But now the people want me pay there for add this addition what I add on. They don't give me the permission yet. I mentioned it to the mayor the 15th of December when we had a meeting up at City Hall. The mayor tell me go ahead. Don't worry about them. Because to them the summons people figure out court when I'm to pay them their rent. We couldn't afford to pay their rent. Then they broke in our shop on the mahogany. They clean up people's place. Then you have to make sure you secure your own place for your own. If you can't afford that, well, you get F. And they say they're not responsible for that. If you want to secure your place, you have to do it for your own. But yet you still have to pay their rent. Anyways, I tell them our addition. They tell me, well, I can't add no addition until I'm done pay what I have to pay rent. Well, I tell them, well, how I pay if I don't add no addition, I work in my shop and do my business the right way. I punish in there. I be able to move what I want in there. Then I don't give the building equipped for business. And I give her one box with all these sink to wash your hands. They don't got it equipped, none at all for business. One two window, one the door, no exhaust, nothing. You have to prepare the whole inside, you have to fix it up to what you want. But yet you still have to pay their rent. No other addition, they want to look for me and tell me. The mayor don't tell me I could go ahead, but I still wait for administration send me my letter to say I could go ahead. They not send me it yet, but they want to look for me and call me and tell me that I could add on the addition, but I will have to pay the $360 a year for that, where I will add on. So I tell you what kind of craziness that, we don't know better care to caucus because I don't agree for that. I don't mind paying on the $360 for the one to give me that front, where I don't never want. I pay my trade license $150 a year. But I don't pay on no $360 for add on addition where I will put on with my own money. I want to don't give me the permission that I could stay at the premises. When you don't give me the authorization to stay upon the premises.
Yeah.
So why should I pay on now for addition where I will add on when I don't pay on for what you don't give me what I then want?
Right.
Right, boys? So all of this too. And then we want to find out how long will we have to pay there to own their business? Because I may have my own business over 18 years where I built for my own, with my own hard blood and sweat. And they broke it down. Now they go give push shot down my throat where I them want, where I them like. But I have to go with it because I'm a bread and butter and I have to survive. And now they want to look for me and tell me I have to pay for addition for my comfort. Where they then help me and I have to put my own security, like nobody don't broke into my place too. And then I still have to pay their rent.
Yeah.
That is not fair. That's a chance. And we want to know how long we have to pay to own. Because we own business. That done 3 years with the pay on rent. So how long we have to pay to own that? Because suppose our next council come in, suppose our next day come in, and suppose government change, and they decide they will give their own people for we building. What we will do? We will look like some fool. We are like out there eat at the coal. Especially me, when I had my own business over 18 years. This year will make me 26 years, 21 years. This year will make me having my business out there on Mahogany Street, even more, because I just registered it 2005, but I have it before then. You understand me, Mose?
Yeah.
So we want to know where to go on, and we want to farm our union, and we want to know how to farm our union.
I think...
because after we farm this Mahogany not happy.
All right, I think Farming Association, you know that even from way back when the fight began, you know that has been my advice, right? That
yes, was.
I don't have to come together and act collectively, because one of the problems when the authority they implement one vision what they have, which we now condemn the authorities figure one vision, is that you have to an agreement that one living organism, and you have to make it grow in a way where it fit where you need it to fit, because everything they're not the same. So what you describe is that there was no calculation or no consideration given that there no one size fits all. You have new businesses, you have businesses where one come, and then you have businesses where done there, and you have to think about all the different things where, as many as you could happen, because you don't want to make up rules as you go along. Exactly. You want factor in, and it's impossible to factor in all possibilities in any agreement. But I've found, sister, that whenever you not spend time to think about all the possibilities, you always end up in a conflict. I've been a part of that, so I can tell you that an agreement that is not properly thought out, you really have one process of consultation, no fake consultation, but this is what we want to do. This is how we do this. Now, say for example, you want to transfer. Somebody want to come and acquire your business. How do you do that? If you want, as in this instance, you want retrofit your business, you want redesign your business, you want invest in your business, or you want expand your business. What are the terms of that? So that everything is in front, rather than wait and now say create a problem for you as one business owner, where want expand, want change, want make this thing fit where you to do, because they're not all the businesses are not one type. So you have businesses where sell food, you have businesses where sell takeout, you have some businesses where you could sit down, you got some businesses where sell food, you have some businesses where sell fruits and vegetables.
And that's my idea, Mose. My customers have to come inside and sit down. That's how my business was. Everybody else could come in and sit down out of the rain or out of the sun.
Yeah. So one size no fits all. So if you feel for me to do that, know what you have to do. You don't got a choice. You have to know give and take with how you want to settle on things where you never factor in your agreement. So. And you have to be fair and you have to be reasonable. And indeed, a part of the problem is that as individual business owners, you all there at a disadvantage, because you might not as one person be able to afford somebody where got legal training for act on your behalf, look for an agreement, see if I weak, see if I strong, see if I something that they were funky when need to come out. Or in this instance, for go and engage them people and say, okay, my client can't do A, Y, Z, and then you want still come with that nonsense there. Like, that's what they're there for. As a bigger business, you know, my situation, that's the way I have to do. I have to go and check an attorney. That's a part of the land. That's a part of what happens. But as a small business, no, we're more what I call mama and pops. I would call a mama and pop style business. You would be better served if you're able to as an association, because then collectively now, you could stand a better chance to afford one legal representative for now. When we sit down and we talk agreement, you know, because you see, the council have one legal representative on board. They do.
Yes, Mose. When they call we beside this contract, they don't got this contract draw up. They call you in one by one individually to sign this contract.
No, so
then they don't have no legal. We don't got no. We never have no choice. No chance to decide. Well, we have to think about it. Cause either or either. Cause if you don't sign it, you know to get your building back. You will give it to somebody else. So that like you get forced to sign something we never really want.
Right.
And then they tell you they will have our next meeting and they will explain to it. And then
they
meeting. Yes, they had a meeting the 15, but that mistake collect.
Well,
people never made a pay.
Well, we there where we there, right? You got the building, you want to expand the building. Now they want to say, if you expand the building, this is how much more you be. I don't know if that is in the agreement or then just to make that up as we go along.
That never in no agreement.
All right, so you have a right to say no. You should not be penalizing me.
You have to apply for add-on addition.
Yeah.
I send in the application letter. I asked for the approval. Well, when we had the meeting the 15th, I asked the mayor personally, and I asked the mayor.
Well, good, but it has to be reflected, like you said. That is okay, but now what you need that to be in writing and in an agreement that that's the situation, right? So now
exactly, because then the summons people and then turning a court, and I don't want no summons, and I don't want to know.
I don't want nobody summon you, my fam. I don't want nobody summon you. We go way back. I don't want no summoning. I'm a hog on the street.
That's why I accompany the show.
Right.
You don't know why I like show myself.
Fun time. We are way back. We are from marble and top days. But let me explain to you. The situation here is that if they said to you, as far as I'm concerned, you can't penalize somebody for the advance, the business. You could say, okay, we don't want you put one skyscraper side of that. We don't want that. If you expand, make we just see whether the plan is, but you can't say, oh, because you expand.
That's what they did.
Because you expand now, you say, oh, but you have to pay me more money. Like, nah, like that. No.
I have to pay them for the building where I will put on.
No.
With my own money.
No.
That's what she tell me.
No.
And I know that with that. I tell her when I have to carry this to caucus because I know I agree to this.
No.
You need a Mose. Like I say.
So listen, again, your first question about association, you would be, listen, whether or not you're going to partner or not, my advice to from day one has always been farmer association. That don't mean you don't have to go to church together or into the same thing or no. That we have common ground. Where the common ground? All I would try make economic survival upon this space, and we are made stronger by operating as a unit. Done. That don't mean you have to hang out, me and you go in a party. No, none of that. No, you don't even have to be friends. But
they're not like to burn out nobody or nothing, but that just to protect for we self.
You have a right. You have a right. You know, see right now. Listen, in the media business, lot of way are not friend, you know. Lot of way are not friend. Somebody I know and call, I ever want call, or they want call me, or who I don't want hang out with, and they want drink and beer around me. But for common interest. Oh, we could line up together for sure. We are stand up together for sure. Because acting in your best interest not got nothing to do with whether or not me and your friend and company. That like we not this together? Okay, well, good. Make we deal with it. That's how you have to be, sister. But I deal with you that you can't get penalized. That is where you do. You're the penalize and punish ambition.
And it stress me out.
Well, we don't want that, sister. But I say, here you is. They got your idea of how you want to survive. You got ambition, you got drive, you got innovation in your head. You the dip on the ground every day. You see how your business gonna be better by this. You can't punish that. So I there with you. I have to go to break, but I there with you. Give thanks, right?
I big up to the mayor. I know the burn out the mayor.
Well,
I love the mayor.
But listen to me, man. This is not about who you like or who you don't like or who you the burn. No. This is. You need to defend your business and you defend your bottom line, and you say, listen, we need to clarify this, right? That is what you're doing, right? That's not that's nothing personal in that. That you defend your bread and butter. You got it?
Don't say it, Mose.
All right, respect.
No respect.
This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibe. To take a break, we'll be back.
Mark your calendars. February 12th, wine and cheese under the stars at the House of Culture in Belize City. Enjoy food, exquisite wines, gourmet cheeses, live performances, cultural entertainment, handmade craft, plus a bouncy house for the kids, cocktails at the Oasis Bar, and entrance is completely free. Hosted by William Neal and Dwayne Moody, 5:30 to 10 p.m. This is the event you don't want to miss. Sponsored by Culture is My Business, a project of the National Institute of Culture and History NIT, with support from Matisco and the Belize City Council. Mark your calendars, February 12th, wine and cheese under the stars at the House of Culture in Belize City. See you there.
Clean and maintain your yard the best way with Honda trimmers and lawn mowers. Honda Lawn and Garden Equipment. Available at Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapada en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que le va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿sabes?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
For decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes,
energizing industries and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology, it's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures. Customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter. Smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service and actionable energy insights. Distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Mark your calendars. February 12th, wine and cheese under the stars at the House of Culture in Belize City. Enjoy food, exquisite wines, gourmet cheeses, live performances, cultural entertainment, handmade craft, plus a bouncy house for the kids, cocktails at the Oasis Bar, and entrance is completely free. Hosted by William Neal and Dwayne Moody, 5:30 to 10 p.m. This is the event you don't want to miss. Sponsored by Culture is My Business, a project of the National Institute of Culture and History NICH with support from Matisco and the Belize City Council. Mark your calendars, February 12th, wine and cheese under the stars at the House of Culture in Belize City. See you there.
Clean and maintain your yard the best way with Honda trimmers and lawn mowers. Honda Lawn and Garden Equipment. Available at Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
Alright, welcome back. This is the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde hosting Tuesday morning, the 3rd of February 2026. Our telephone number is 280-5848. Yep. When we there, we love cats, we love talk, we love reason. So we're not there for give sermon, we're not there for preach. Actually, to the sister who called in, good friend there, I found in Mahogany, is somebody who does have 5-star legal expertise. Says City Council is probably charging rent for the land under the expansion, but that the grouping can be done informally at first for the purpose of negotiating the additional rent, which should be nominal, just to let the vendors know they don't own the land on which they put the extension, and to protect the vendors from the claim that land claim house. Oh boy, I had this phone. Krem, good morning, WB.
Yes, greetings once again, brother. Just take a minute of your time again. In regards to the young lady that called and she said about her business has been under, I don't know, threat maybe to be eliminated or be removed. I've been through experiences like those before. So what I would advise to her, the one and important thing is unity. If all those vendors, I don't know how many of them are together, make sure they are together to make a move, then make a union, you know. And when you make a association, and another important thing is to, if they have a name, that's also very important. If each business have their names and registered at Belmopant, that plays a big role. If you, no matter how small, but you have to have a name, whatever name, register it at Belmopant. It used to be like $25.
You know, like my experience, my experience, man, is that we make the differences play too much in how we organize together, right? So over the years, I always mention, you think, say, the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, that got people in there with all different religion, they got people in there with a PUP, they got people in there with a UDP, they got people in there with where a real church people, you got people in there where love liquor, people in there where love them drugs, you got people in there where you know, of all different backgrounds. But when it comes to defending the interests of the company or the industry, then join so that they could act collectively and defend themselves collectively. Forming an association don't necessarily mean that you're a friend. It just
what I'm saying to say unity is because I've been through it, but for Albert Street to North Front Street to back at the Berlin Wall, and I realized lot of the same people that work in the same area, they're no friend, they're enemy. So whenever you open your mouth and you want to speak for rights and speak for justice, somebody in that same group go behind your back and tell you, and eventually you become like
that. No. So no, you can't have nobody where they undermine the purpose of your association.
But the thing is, sometimes you don't know who is the person. That person that work behind the back, you don't know who is the person. They're there with you, they listen to everything. Just like when the man walk out of Egypt with Moses and the submarine, he walk out with the slaves out of, and then he was right among them, but he didn't undermine them.
But you know, even Jesus had Judas. Like that happens at all levels in all aspects of association and organizations, but it cannot be used. It cannot be used as a reason.
But finally, because I have very little credit, as soon as I will be embarrassed to be cut off. That's, I think, some of the experience I got, and I believe they have to really get to the mayor. Was a very good move, and stay behind that man because he is the one who have the maximum authority. And once they deal with the mayor, but to wrap it up, I believe maybe some big time people have big time restaurant or something is undermining them too, because that's what used to happen to us. The big people had a big business where they make the millions of dollars a year. They don't like us because we're small, and then God bless we, and we get the money, and they never like that idea. But just my little advice to the young lady, right? And I have to have support because I was in the struggle and I know what it is to be in the struggle.
Right.
Respect, brother Mose, one love.
Yeah, give thanks, brother. See at 35 inside the WB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, Tuesday morning. I will behind on break, so we're going to take one break, trying to catch back. We're going to take this call first. Scrum, good morning.
Moses, me again in that mahogany situation there. Prior to the buildings that are there now were constructed by whom? That's by the municipal government?
I think they were constructed by the Ministry of Tourism.
Okay. Prior to that, the buildings that used to be there for many years were constructed by the people who own the businesses, right or wrong?
Yes.
But the land that the building was on wasn't their land. That land belongs to the municipal government, doesn't it?
It belongs, to the best of my knowledge, over the years, has been that it belongs to BEL.
All that land belongs to BEL?
The strip between the residents, it was designated for BEL because it was for their high
tension work.
Yeah.
So when were they paying?
I think it might have been.
Were they paying a rental of the land, a lease
No,
of the land?
they didn't start out doing that. So what they started out, they started doing their business. Where I said they squat. So they started doing that. Then BL at one point tried to move them off, and there was a pushback against that. And then I think there might have been a regularization done by I don't remember which mayor it was that regularized it to say, okay, we're now moving off. So I don't know if there was some kind of agreement that was done at that time between the municipal government and BEL. There might have been, but
So prior to that, they were not paying anything to be on that land.
They were not.
Okay, and then by the time they decided to do the renovation there, were they paying to be on the land, or
they were paying before that? So there was already a payment being made for.
But that wasn't a payment of rental because the
I don't know.
Didn't belong. It would have been the land, right? It would have been like a sort of lease on the land, a regular rental fee on the land.
I think it was some kind of fee of authorization, like a makeup thing from the municipal government, and
for use of the land, rather than paying a bit. Well, then when they did the repairs, they are paying 300. How much you said they are paying now? 300. How much? 350.
I think that's what they want her to. Yeah, they want her to pay 300 and something for the year, something like that. For the expansion.
For the year.
For the expansion. For the expansion.
All right, but that covers the bill. The buildings were built at whose cost? At those people's cost or at the ministry's cost?
The ministry built the buildings. The Ministry of Tourism built the buildings. So the buildings.
But they pay city council, right?
They pay city council, yeah.
So then they are paying city council for use and enjoyment of the land.
Yes.
Okay, so they are not paying for that building that was constructed.
To my understanding, no, they don't.
They got it free, but it's not theirs.
But the thing is that but then it's like, so there were businesses that came into existence once this initiative was created, but then you had businesses that were already there.
Long ago.
So
but they had to break down their units.
They had to break down their units.
They were forced to break down and then have the people.
Yeah.
Because what I'm wondering is if that $300 and odd isn't for just use and enjoyment of the land, like leasing the land, they pay a lease fee on the land.
But I don't know that the land has. But I don't know if. I don't know the exact ownership state of the land. Like, I don't know if there was an actual process or regularization where the municipal government took over, because then BEL might have decided, okay, we're going to back off. At some point they did that. Yeah.
Oh, and then maybe if it still remains with BL, then probably property tax that the city council would have charged the owner is then divided. Don't you think that needs to be clarified, Mose? Don't you think it should bring somebody
I would have to
discuss this?
yeah, I think there's an agreement. I've never seen the agreement. I don't know what the actual agreement stipulates. So yeah, the conversation would be made better by actually seeing the.
I would say so, and then because I think she and everybody needs to understand, and doesn't seem to me they have really understood exactly what the current fee structure is for, and then therefore when you put an expansion, which you are going to pay for now, is it that you're paying for use of a larger piece of land than the piece you originally occupied?
That's what one attorney just messaged me to say, that there seems like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then it would be good to have the discussion with them and the community for all of us to understand exactly what is happening. Bye-bye.
All right. We go to break. We'll be back.
Emotions I'm feeling at the moment are very hard to explain. I am happy, want to cry, but something I can say that's mine now. So I'm very, very happy, and I'm grateful to the government, MIDH, for this opportunity. So thank you so much.
It's going to be something that changes dramatically Michelle's life and those of her children, and I'm very happy that as a government we were able to provide this big step. Having a secure roof over your head gives you stability, gives children and parents a chance to focus on other things like education and health.
My daughter, she's very happy. She's finally going to be able to say, this is my house as well. And my kids are happy, so I'm glad I have something for them. I believe it's a good project for people that can't afford a house, so I believe they should continue for people and give them the opportunities like they're giving me as well.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, Give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
When you done hear about how you could shop online with Builders Hardware?
It's easy and convenient. Plus, you get special deals and discounts online where you not get in at the store. Just log on to shopbuildersbz.com and pay with your Visa, MasterCard, debit or credit card. You could choose to pick up your order from the smart Lacaneda Builders or Easy could deliver for you. If that one big thing, the Builders truck could deliver for you. If you need more information about anything, you could start chat right here online with a salesperson. We're ready to help you. No need to burn gas and waste time in a traffic. Go to shopbuildersbz.com.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Emotions I'm feeling at the moment are very hard to explain. I am happy, want to cry, but something I can say that's mine now. So I'm very, very happy, and I'm grateful to the government, MIDH, for this opportunity. So thank you so much.
It's going to be something that changes dramatically Michelle's life and those of her children, and I'm very happy that as a government we were able to provide this big step. Having a secure roof over your head gives you stability, gives children and parents a chance to focus on other things like education and health.
My daughter, she's very happy. She's finally going to be able to say, this is my house as well. And my kids are happy, so I'm glad I have something for them. I believe it's a good project for people that can't afford a house. So I believe they should continue for people and give them the opportunities like they're giving me as well.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of...
Alright, welcome back. WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde hosting today. We are almost out of time. In fact, it is 8:52 and we have a break remaining. That's how it stands today. So this morning we've kind of, well, we have a call. Let me take the call. Krem, good morning.
Yes, Mose, it's me again.
Yes, it's that.
Yeah, Mose, we do have to pay $360 a year for the building, and that's why they say
No. You have to be clear. No, you have to be clear though. You paid $360 to the Belize City Council, to the Belize City
Council.
For that would be, is that your trade license or is that?
That is for a rent, and we pay $150 a year for trade license, and we do have to get permission to use the reserve. The reserve is for the City Council. First, we used to, well, my shop, I live in the yard behind my shop. And we used to use that because we didn't have to pay anything at first, because everybody with them in the resident out on Mahagany Street made us use the reserve before BEL me come and build up their hydro and claim out there. Then I think City Council and BEL, they had an agreement, and then City Council gained back out there the reserve. So it's for City Council.
Okay.
And we have to get permission to build on the reserve. But the one never get the shop, I think they have to get permission. I don't think they have to get permission because the City Council and get the building name from, right?
Okay.
So we do have to pay $150 a year for our trade license, and we do have to pay $360 a year.
So they want you to pay an additional $360.
Exactly.
Okay.
For the one that I'm going to add on.
Okay.
So that will be $720 for the year.
Okay.
And the people then that have the bigger building, they pay $720 a year, and they have to pay their trade license.
So that amounts to what, $60 a month, or you pay it on a year, right? So it would be, right now you're paying...
You could pay it a day, you could pay it a month, or you could pay it a year.
Okay, but right now you're paying like essentially $30 a month or $1 a day.
Yes, sir.
But who owns the building?
And the big one is $2.
Who owns the building though?
I think it's City Council, and
okay.
I think tourism have something with it.
I think they are the ones who funded it. I think they're the ones who funded it.
Yeah, he helps.
But then, so then there is no what I say. This agreement doesn't cover you expanding, because no, this expansion is not being financed by anybody. This is your thing here.
Yes, sir, and it's not a big extension. It's the same reserve that I'm on that they put the building on for me, because my shop was there and it took up that whole area.
Okay.
But they gave me a smaller shop, so it came more in the front, like by the sidewalk.
Okay.
But I have the whole back part that I can add on my addition, and the addition will be the same size as this building that they gave me.
Okay. All right.
So they want me to pay an additional $360 for that I'm going to add on.
All right. I understand. I understand a bit better, but is there like when you sign the agreement, is there like some kind of markation to say these are the boundaries? Or so you're really not, there's no the money is not for the rental of the land per se. It is strictly for the building.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Do you have what?
I have a written permission.
What opportunity you have? Like what is there in the agreement? You have to bring the agreement because see, you know, sister. But what?
They don't give we no copy of the agreement and just make we sign it.
Oh no, that no works.
Car we in, show me that, and then make we sign it and then keep it.
No. You have to have one copy of your agreement to your sign.
That's why I tell you one farmer union. I think when they get.
All right. You have to go and copy on your agreement. That no, you don't do it like that. No, that no works. But listen, so that has to change. But listen, because what I think I'm very curious to know is what. If that building is there, how long is the agreement for? Meaning,
that's what we want to know.
Yeah, you have to know. I have to know, like,
that's
okay.
What we want to know.
And then also, you know, we're not there forever. So when time comes for transfer the business now onto your.
So what happened to my kids there, my grandkids? When I don't have this business there.
You should have some ability to black and white, and that has to be clarified. But you should, All right, sister, I gotta go to my farm break, come back and wrap up. This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Get ready for fantastic discounts. From now through to September 30th, Venice is having store-wide discounts on tools, paints, appliances, plumbing and electrical products, lights and fans, household items, and much, much more. Visit a Venice store near you to enjoy fantastic discounts from now through to September 30th. Only at Venice. Quality and savings.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
Orange Walk, are you ready? It's the annual Bob Marley Tribute 2026 OW edition. Brought to you by Charitable Roots Foundation and powered by Vibes Alive International. Join us at the Esports Center in Orange Walk on Saturday, February 7, 2026. Gates open at 6 p.m. Come for the vibes and stay for the food, drinks, prizes, and giveaways all night long. Musical niceness by primetime DJs and selectors, including Reggae Dutch of Reggae Sundays, Father Jesse of International Vibes, David Stone of 5-Star International, Mark the Spark of System 1, and DJ Mix of Vibes Alive International. Event is hosted by Empress Mel C, guest MC Selector G, special on-stage guest Dara Robinson. Vendors, sponsors, and volunteers, contact any member of Charitable Roots Foundation for more info. This OW edition of the Bob Marley Tribute is brought to you by
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Alright, that's it for today. We got health, we got strength, we got life. Tomorrow morning we are there again. 6:30, make we link right there. Creme Radio XTV. Hope you have a great Tuesday. We give thanks to the team behind the scene, Larry G at Creme Radio, up at XTV, Pat Cliff, and at the control today, Christy Flowers. Belize, as always, stand strong, stand firm. For now, we're gone!
blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your